Harold, can you come in here?
What is it?
So, I got complaints about us being AI characters, so I thought we should fix that for today's video.
Really? We're gonna represent ourselves as the monsters we love?
Not necessarily. I was struggling between the idea of just using the monsters themselves or just swapping their color palettes, but then I decided let's just use the monsters but then give them accessories so that way they feel more like us. So, that's what we're gonna do. First up, me.
Ooh, you look fancy. That top hat and that bow tie is giving. And the fancy cane? What more can you get?
Yup, now for you.
Whoa! Wait, did you give me some ugly shades? And also, why are my ears yellow?
I was gonna make you blonde, but since you're hairy all over and I didn't feel like doing all that, I just did the next best thing.
That's even worse than these damn shades!
Take it or leave it, Harold. Anyway, this is going to be the permanent representation of us. Sort of. Let me explain. I'm working with another YouTuber named JFellaMSM. Shout out to them. I'll link their channel in the description below. But they're gonna help me draw some original OCs for our characters. But what I'm gonna do is that when those OCs are finished, we're gonna alternate between them every few videos. Just to spice it up, man. Like I've always had the idea of just having my characters represented at two forms. It's cool. Anyway, let's get on to the actual video. Woo! Mech Island came out as a banger. This island is so fire.
Why is the intro a beat drop?
That, my friend, we're gonna talk about later. Anyway, as you guys may know, Mech Islet is the newest island added to my singing monsters. And as tradition, like with the newer islands, I always usually rank them first before I do any of the other older islands. So, we're gonna rank it today. But before we do, we have a surprise for you, which unfortunately got ruined because Harold mentioned it at the end of our Psychic Island re-ranking video.
That was an accident, okay? But anyway, the surprise is we're introducing another character to this channel.
That's right, we're introducing another character. I was gonna wait until the Ethereal Island re-ranking to introduce him, but I couldn't wait anymore. I was just itching to add him to this roster of fun people on this channel. With all due respect, we introduce you guys to Kremens. Kremens?
Kremens?
Harold, where's Kremens?
I don't know, he was just here a minute ago. Wait a minute, he just texted me. Hold on a minute. He said that he's getting a cup of tea.
Oh, for a second there, I thought he had some important business to take care of and he just left without telling us.
Oh look, here he comes.
Sorry fellas, I'm a little late, but the calling of fresh tea in the morning was too strong. Oh, that's some good stuff. And uh-oh. Oh no, don't tell me you guys started the ranking without me. No, Kremens, you're just in time.
You gave him a monocle and a tie? That's way lamer than my shades and my ears.
I'm sorry, Harold, but my monocle and tie are way better than your dumb shades. Can we stop insulting each other's outfits, please? Jeez. Anyway, you guys ready to get this ranking started? Yup.
I guess.
Then let's do it. Number 13, Night Bear. I don't know whether or not I should be disappointed in Night Bear or not. To be fair, I never did set my expectations high for Nightmare. That's probably because I knew it was going to be at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, unfortunately, Night Bear is the worst monster here.
Yo.
The problem is that Night Bear only plays once throughout the entire song. I kinda get why though. This song really wasn't built for Night Bear.
Yeah, but you could at least put him somewhere else in the song instead of just that one verse. Or maybe create a new verse and give him a new track.
You know what it is? I think we've been listening to too many fan-made songs with Night Bear in them, because those ones absolutely killed their performances. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yup, Night Bear is a good monster. It just unfortunately lacks potential. Number 12, Oraculele.
Oraculele feels different. Probably because it's on a new island and the island gives vibe.
Yep, but it's good to see Oracularly back on another island, and it sounds so amazing, especially in the calmer parts of the song.
Now, you may be wondering, why is Oracularly so low? That's because of unfortunately an issue that's going to be a reoccurring theme in this video, and we're going to talk about at the end of the video when we talk about the song in general. And that's unfortunately audio mixing on this island. It's garbage. Oracularly is one of the many monsters where it's almost inaudible. What makes it even worse is that Oracularly already had audio issues on Ethereal Island.
Way to go, MSM. Way to make a monster who already had audio issues have audio issues again on a fresh new island. Just great.
Number 11, Bellowfish. Great to see you back on another island. I was looking forward to hearing you again. Why are there no other monsters that play an accordion? Why is Bellowfish the only one that does?
I don't know, but I really love Bellowfish on here. It gives me the chills every single time I hear it.
Unfortunately, just like Oracularly and a couple of other monsters, Bellowfish has the same audio problems. It is stupid quiet. God damn it, it's another monster that had the same problems on Ethereal Island.
At least it sounds good, though. Or else I would have been complaining even more.
Number 10, Teeter Totter! This was the monster I was looking forward to the most on this island. No, my little guys have hit puberty. Oh, they grow up so fast.
I keep forgetting this island does not have that many options for vocalists.
Unfortunately, again, like Bellowfish and Oracularly, these guys are almost inaudible in the full song. Yeah, but you have to edit the volumes of the other monsters, or else Teeter Totter would actually become non existent.
The only reason why they're higher than the other two is because we actually really like them as a monster themselves and their sound. But if I'm being honest, I don't really like the distortion sound effect on Totter. It just sounds weird. Number 9, Nebula.
Remember how Harold said this island doesn't have that many vocalists? Well, there's only 3. Teeter Totter, Nightmare, and Nebula. And out of all of them, Nebula is by far the best.
Unlike the other two, however, Nebula plays a lot more and it's very audible.
Shabba-da-dabba-da. Shabba-da-dow. Shabba-da-dabba-da. Shabba-da-dow. Shabba-da-dabba-da. Shabba-da-dow. Shabba-da-dabba-da. Shabba-da-dow.
Comparing it to Plasma Islet, however, I do think its performance on Plasma Islet is the better one of the two. Yeah, despite them being both good, Plasma Islet is just the better one. That's only because it's got 2 tracks. Here it's only got 1, which doesn't help its case.
Also, Nebula just sounds straight up weird by itself. I mean, I get it. I know that's just how it is because of its bio. It doesn't know how to sing, so it's teaching itself, which is very funny and very hilarious, but it sounds so odd by itself. Like, after listening to the trailers for both Plasma Islet and Mech Island, I'm starting to realize that Nebula is not very good on its own. It needs other monsters because it just sounds so weird.
Number 8, Bogle. Goofy Goober alert. I repeat, Goofy Goober alert. I love Bogle's design. It's so cute and so funny and so goofy at the same time. I'm also very shocked that this is the Air Primordial. Like Loeb, Bogle also has some cool lore surrounding it that tells us why this monster was scrapped in the first place.
Bogle's sound also complements its design really well. That flute sound is outstanding.
Bogle, unfortunately, though, does suffer from audio issues. No, it's not quiet. Nope, it's actually the other way around. Bogle is too loud.
I actually had to turn my audio down when Bogle started playing. Just fix its volume, MSN, and then we're good.
Number 7. Ogler. Yo, Ogler actually kills it on Mech Island. Not to mention its lively animation is really good.
Honestly, I don't know how they do it, but they managed to make Oglet good.
Comparing it to its other islands, however, I do think this is the worst of the three. It's good, but I honestly prefer the other islands, especially Ethereal Workshop. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think anything can beat Ethereal Workshop. In my honest opinion, I think Ugla does a little too much for the song. Maybe make it play a little less, and then maybe it'll beat the others.
Hey, at least it's good on every single island it's on. I'd be really mad if Poison Island messes it up and makes it garbage. Number 6. Flash.
Let's go! Pit Blast got a glow up! Let's go! It's so lively now that it's more animated!
Let's go! Workshop did you no justice!
Hey, we don't just workshop Pit Blast. That one was mid, but it was still great. Anyway, Pit Blast got a huge glow up on this island. It went from playing only one track and kind of sounding off tune to the song to playing a lot throughout Mech Island, and it's even got 2 tracks to go with it. Unfortunately, we can't put Pit Blast any higher. That's because of its volume. It is so quiet in the full song. Yeah, if it weren't for its volume, it would have been in the top 3.
Although volume may be a problem, I'm just happy Pit Blast got better.
Number 5. Dragon. Wait a minute. Why is Dragon number 5?
Yeah, isn't Dragon kinda mid? What were you thinking, Kalen?
Ethereal Island Dragon is mid. This one is different. At first, I thought it was mid, but then I noticed something after watching the full song, and I didn't even realize it from listening to its individuals because it wasn't the full song. So now you're probably asking, what was that thing I noticed about Dragon? Well, it's pretty simple. Dragon plays throughout the entire song, from start to finish. He doesn't stop. Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. But I actually like it. I like how it uses its bass drum part more. It didn't really use that on Ethereal Island. Yes, Dragon is also a bass drum monster, it's not just cymbals.
Didn't notice it either, but it's perfect. Dragon provides nice and subtle background noise and it helps support the Dish Harmonizer's bass. I'm actually really happy with this. I'm glad you put him at number 5. I was gonna diss you for it, but no, I'm actually happy.
Number 4. Rebro. Mech Island is very percussion heavy, and of course you can't have the main percussionist himself, Rebro. Most of the song is actually comprised of Rebro, as it plays in almost every verse, especially the beat drop. That's what gives it that beat drop feel.
Rebro also does something a little different compared to its other islands. It actually uses sliders like Deej, which I think is a very nice touch.
Unfortunately, there is one issue that is keeping us from putting Rebro in the top 3. It's volume. Rebro's really loud. And out of all the monsters here on Mech Island, Rebro is actually the loudest.
Which sucks, because yes, volume sliders do exist, but that does nothing for Rebro. I can put this thing at the minimum amount of volume and you can still hear it. What the hell? Please lower his volume, please, Big Blue Bubble. Number 3, Eureka!
Eureka is probably one of the most consistent monsters here on Mech Island. Not to mention pretty catchy as well.
And helps support its verses with killer animations.
The thing that makes Eureka awesome on this island is the fact that it uses its tongue a lot more often. Its tongue is usually its higher pitch notes, and it doesn't really use it in its other islands. On Plasma Islet, it only uses its tongue once, and on the Ethereal Workshop, it does use it twice, but it only plays those two at the ending. This one makes Eureka play constantly in every single track, and it makes him feel a lot better and more consistent.
Did I forget to mention he does the robot? Yeah, peak performance by Eureka.
Number 2, Gadzooks. Gadzooks heard all the complaints about it being too quiet on Plasma Islet, so it had to lock in for Mech Islet. I thought you didn't like Gadzooks.
Yeah, you said the reason why you hated him was because he was overrated.
I used to hate Gadzooks, but he's grown on me. I'm actually really liking this guy now. And I also realized that although he's pretty simple in terms of sound, he does make it work on his islands, and he sounds absolutely fire. And man, does he go ham on this island. I love this guy on here. Gadzooks though, like Rebro, is very loud on here, but I honestly can look past that because I love him on here. Also, we think he's just better than Rebro in every way.
Yeah, I mean, he's not number 1, which is ironically another percussionist, but he's still amazing on this island. I wouldn't trade him for the world.
Number 1, Vengeance.
I'm not even surprised he's number 1.
Yeah, we already know how you feel about the Workshop Monsters. Yup, you guys don't know this, but Ethereal Workshop is actually my favorite song in all of my singing monsters, despite the fact that the Ethereal class is not my favorite group of monsters. It's actually the Mythical. But out of all the Ethereal family, the Workshop monsters are by far my favorite of the group. This is because of just generally how unique they are and how creative the monster handlers got when creating them, because of their instability. And if you guys don't know this, when I did my Ethereal Workshop ranking, which was before my voice, go check that out by the way, Vention was number 1, despite the fact that Bamibif is my favorite monster on Workshop and my favorite monster overall, but that was before I actually really started liking that monster. Vention has been consistently one of my favorite monsters, and him being here and him being the foundation of this song makes me love him even more. Vention is basically the foundation of this song. I'm very happy that he managed to get out of the workshop and do something else. Vention wanted that freedom and he earned it by carrying Mech Island to its very ending.
Oh, I'm crying tears of joy right now. Vention's beautiful on here.
And that, my friends, concludes the Mech Islet ranking. But we're not done here yet. The last thing we want to do is review the song and talk about our overall thoughts on it to you guys. Mech Islet actually did come out pretty solid. Just like Plasma Islet, it did hit very hard. However, there are a couple things that can be improved upon. Each of us is going to take a turn and tell you guys what we think could be improved on the song. The first thing we would definitely improve is the song structure. Many of the verses sound so jarring and out of place. The main one is the intro verse. That should not be a beat drop. Honestly, the intro verse should have been Oraculele's first verse. That would have worked so much better as the intro. Then would have gone to the beat drop, Bogle's first verse, then a beat drop again, then the second Oraculele verse, and then that last verse with Pinch Splash, Vention, Yurik, etc., and then the beat drop again. That should have been how the song went.
The second thing we would change is the audio mixing on this island. Despite the fact that it's not an overcrowded island with 13 monsters, the audio is very garbage here. Some monsters are extremely loud and some of them are extremely quiet. It's mainly the percussionist though, especially Rebro. Honestly, a lot of people had issues with it and I've seen so many complaints about it. In fact, when people do full songs on YouTube, they have to edit the volume for like hours because of how bad it is. In fact, YouTubers like Everest Learson had to spend 3 to 4 hours working on this, and even then, it still wasn't enough. He had to actually add duplicates to the island just to be able to hear the other monsters. That should not be the case. I would change all the monsters' volumes to be appropriate levels, and there you go. It's finished. It's perfect.
The last thing we would change is some of the monster placements, as some of them don't fit in certain verses. For example, Teeter Totter being in the beat drop. That, in my opinion, is one of the stupidest placements in this entire song, as Teeter Totter does nothing for that verse and is almost non-existent due to its audio. Maybe move Teeter Totter to near the end in Oraculele's verse and maybe that would have been good. Another example would be the percussionists. Maybe tone them down a little. They do a lot for this song. I feel like they kind of need a break. So maybe just remove Godzooks and Rebro from the ending of the song. But other than that, this song is actually pretty solid. Sure, it has its flaws, but it's still good. Let us know what you guys think about this song in the comments, because we would love to hear about it.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you want to see more.
And let us know in the comments if you guys want to see more of me in videos, as this will be my first video on this channel. Until the next time, guys. See you in the next video!